And hello, everybody. Welcome to Pungent's Planeswalkers. I am your host, Don Janier, and joining me tonight we have Petra Maladrak and a new person. Petra?
Hi, I play Petra. Petra is a knowledge cleric, and she is an Earth Genasi.
Maladrak.
My name is Dix. I play Maladrak, our Aarakocra Paladin. You can follow me at Just the Dix on Twitter. I am also a part of the Swordcast Adventures, which is a D&D podcast, and I am also the DM for the Swordcast Adventures plays Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
Nice. And Sean, if you want to introduce yourself.
Certainly. Hi, my name's Sean. You can find me on Twitter at NoTweetSean. You'll see me on various places, specifically Variant Roles and Thread Raiders. I'll be doing a fundraiser coming up here for Extra Life on November 1st through 3rd, so check it out when you can. I'll be playing an Aarakocra Cleric.
Nice.
Shortly to be introduced. So let's. There's just. I guess I'll jump in on Tur's behalf. Tur Duck and Duck, our usual gnomish ranger, played by at Health Pack Stream, is not available tonight. But I'm going to be taking over for her, so I will join in on the recap roll. Let's see those d20s. Low number does the recap. Ooh, I thought I was. Whoa! Oh! I thought I was sitting pretty with a 16. Then Petra wrote a 19, but thank God, Maladrak with a 15. All right, Dix.
All right, so last episode we started off in the middle of a pit fight that Dagr was watching us perform. We fought a bunch of ghouls. We came out on top, and he was pleased with our success. We then went back to the tavern. What is it? The something lizard.
Thundering Lizard.
The Thundering Lizard. That's it. And had dinner, and then we decided to go look for some other things. So we went out on our own for a little bit. Came back that night, and then passed out. Woke up the next morning to go trek into the jungle at Dagr's insistence, and we went to go meet his friend Nana Joli. And when we got there, we found that her home was surrounded by a bunch of tigers and what turned out to be white tigers. She recognized Dagr and asked for our help, so of course we obliged. We got rid of all the riffraff with the assistance of her earth elemental. And we ended the episode shortly after that fight as we all headed in to speak with her.
So, picking up from there, Nana Jolie has invited everyone to sit on the patio, and she's sort of Dagr's leaning up against the house, and she's brought out like jugs of juice for everyone to enjoy. And Dagr's sitting back. He goes, "Yeah, that was a pretty good fight. You all did a decent job, especially you, little one." And he points at Tur, and she just scowls at him. And he goes, "No, it's really, you did a good job, boss. I can see why they let you be in charge sometimes." And he like reaches over with this giant hand and like just uses one finger to pat her on the head. And Tur just like arms crossed, and you can see her start twitching and scowling at him. And Nana turns and looks at Dagr, goes, "So, all these people there with you, are they?" And Dagr's like, yeah, no, these are mine. They did a pretty good job. I gave them some stuff, and they equipped them, and maybe they're a little better than the last ones." And Nana's like, "Oh, I'm really excited to hear that. The tigers, they just keep attacking, and it's been terrible. Oh, come on in then, Dagr, you're too big. You can just wait here. I'll open a window for you. The rest of you come on inside." And she opens the doors and invites you into her cabin.
I head in.
All right.
I will as well.
And we are going to transition the map. Dun dun dun.
Yes.
So, hopefully you can see the new map. Dagr sitting on the outside. And Nana leads you in to the kitchen area of her little house, and there's a table with several chairs around it. There's like knickknacks on the wall. There are several tiger skin rugs on the floor. Also, this is very Bass Pro Shop. Is the closest description I can give you to create an instant image in your head. But there are antlers and stuffed animal heads, and just inside there's an umbrella stand that looks like it was made out of a large dinosaur's foot. And there's just parts and pieces of animals and critters. And give me perception checks, please.
Or was that my initiative? Oh, I'm at advantage.
Non-natural 20.
All right. So, Petra, your perception looks like it's an 11, based on that roll. You walk in and you're looking around, and it's really, really cool. As you step in, Dagr kind of leans over, and he's blocking the door with his face, looking in the door, and just like, it looks the same. I think you added some things since last time. And Dix, as you're looking around, you notice that the lamp in the corner has tattoos on the lampshade.
Okay. Okay. I noted.
thin, papery, leathery kind of thing with like really cool tattoos on it, in sort of a Polynesian style. Similar to tattoos that you saw on customers at the inn the other night.
Okay.
Nana proceeds into the next room, and you can see through the open door, there's a large, what looks at first glance to be maybe a bed, but when you look closer at it, it's actually a large loom set into the room with shuttlecocks and threads coming down from like rings set in the ceiling are pulling these long ropes of thick yarn or cable down into it, and then they get spread out to the loom, and she's made a tapestry that extends a good like 15 feet into the room of this thread mishmash. And as you start following the threads back up through from the loom to the ceiling, you see high up on this 20-foot high ceiling there are 3 golden cages, and inside these golden cages there are 2 small, they kind of look like dwarves with goat feet and really, really long hair, and it's their hair that's being pulled out of the cage and threaded down into this loom. And in between the 2 of them is what looks to be an Aarakocra, but of a type you've never seen before, with iridescent plumage and a really long beak out of the middle of it. And as soon as he sees you, his arms start flapping, he starts battering around inside the cage, beak wide open in a scream of some sort, but not a sound is coming out from him. And Nana just like bats the cage with her walking stick. Hush now! You just be quiet, or I'm gonna pluck more of your feathers. You can see there's a large patch along one side of his chest that's just missing this iridescent plumage, and a bunch of it appears to have been woven into this tapestry. Tur starts shaking.
What is going on here?
Nana's like, well, I'm getting the tapestry ready for Dagr. His shirt is very nearly ready. I've been working on it for months. All I have to do is snip the threads, and it'll be a solid mithril shirt, perfectly sized for him.
No, why is this person in a cage?
Oh, those are my supplies. Everyone needs knitting supplies.
It's not a supply, that's a living being.
And Tur's like, she looks at Nana, she looks at the cage, and she looks at Dagr, and she's, Dagr, this is bullshit. People are not objects. And she can see like light start streaming out from her eyes and ears and fingertips. And there's a flash of light, and Tur disappears.
Again?
Yeah. As that happens, this flash of light that Tur gives off is accompanied by like that familiar thoom of thunder damage and energy that she's been releasing in combat lately, and it rocks the cages that are swinging from the thing, and there's like sparks fly from the middle cage, and suddenly you can hear the screaming of the Aarakocra that was stuck in the middle of it.
Hey, you can hear me. You can hear me. Oh, hey, help me. She's evil.
Nana starts casting a spell. She's like, "Shut up, you!" and swings her stick at the cage again and starts casting something. And
Try to intervene.
Dagger's just got his face in the door, looking like he's just watching at this point.
I try to step in between her and the other one.
All right. Well, let's remove all turns and go to initiative.
Oh boy.
Yes, and this is before even a short rest, so y'all are still a little beat up from that combat, but so is Dagr and so is Nana Joli.
Oh, there we go.
Wow. Nana got a 1.
Yes.
Dagr got a 16. And those guys aren't here. There we go. Maladrek, what was yours? A 13?
13, yep.
I'm a 15.
And Petra's a 15. All right. So, Dagr's like, "Hey now, those are her property. Don't you do nothing to them." And that's all he does. He's like, his face fills the door, so that's really all he can do. Petra.
Petra is going to heal herself.
First round of combat. I'm too hurt for this.
Yeah, it's real. Yeah, I'll do a second level on myself.
Go for it.
Healing word. So. Do it.
Did I win?
Okay, it didn't roll it.
All right.
Just roll it with actual
On
dice.
the dice. Maladrek, you're going to be up next.
Okay.
But I will get close to Nana.
All right. So you can move. You got to move through the open door, but you can go ahead and move yourself wherever you want to get.
I'm gonna sit on Nana's lap.
Okay, that'll be my turn. Over.
All right. That's the end of your turn, Maladrek.
So, like I said, I try and step in between her and the cage, and I hold up my battle axe and I say, "How long have you had this person here like this? Treating them like they're your property." And I'm going to hold my action for in case she makes any sort of threatening move.
Okay. Raphael, what are you doing?
Raphael really doesn't like this lady. So his first thing he's going to do when he realizes he can speak is he's going to cast Guiding Bolt
Nice.
from the cage. Be like,
There we go.
be like, "Hit!" And you're just going to see this like purplish energy just fly from one of his tiny wings.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll the attack roll on that.
Let's see if it'll let me. Maybe not. Let's do this.
A 10. It does not
Oh,
defeat her
terrible.
armor class.
Tab. Okay.
I'm just going to double check something.
Do any of these people appear injured?
They all do.
Noted.
There was fierce combat happening outside. Yeah, raised attack. Okay, so yeah, these are both fairly battered. There's a. If you want to take a moment, actually, we're just going to rewind a little bit. Petra, if you can describe yourself to Raphael.
Oh yeah, hey. So Petra is an Earth Genasi. You'll see that she has sort of mottled gray skin and brown hair. She's wearing armor and she's got a shield and a little hand crossbow. Her fingers are usually ink stained.
And Maladrak.
So Maladrak is just under 5.5 feet tall. He has these kind of like spattered gray feathers, icy blue eyes. He wears what is he wearing right now? He's wearing a breastplate. He also has a long cloak on. And although he is an Aarakocra, you don't see any wings.
Okay.
All right. And Nana Joli currently looks like a halfling woman with a gray bun and some big knitting needles, like tucked into her belt, and an even longer knitting needle that she's using as a cane and has occasionally poked you with. And it is her turn, and she is going to, since no one is actively swinging at her, she's going to run to the top of the stairs. And once she's out of range of everybody, she's going to cast Sleep.
God damn it.
So, 5d8 hit dice. Hit points of creatures. So, I'm just going to grab that and make 5d8s. Boom. So 15 hit points. Does Petra, how many hit points do you have?
I just got up to 16.
Nice.
Maladrak, how many hit points do you have?
I have 18.
Okay, Raphael, you've had long rest, so you're fully healed. So the spell fizzles against the lot of you, and she's like, "The dagger control your people!" And she runs down the stairs.
Y'all thought I was silly for healing on my first
Clutch.
So those two critters that have just entered are the other two creatures capped in cages with next to Raphael, and Nana has run down the stairs. And we're at Dagr, and Dagr goes, hey, don't cast spells. My shirt's not mithril yet. It's still just hair. You could burn it. Don't fight her. She's a friend of mine. Hey, I can't. Okay, stop that. And you can see he's got one arm through the door and just reaching, and he's just picking shit up and throwing it towards you guys. Like, hey, you guys were mine. Stop doing that.
Oh, fuck.
And we're at
a giant.
We're at Petra. Just this one big blue arm that comes in, and there's like in the middle of winter when you breathe out and get that breath frost, that fog coming off, that's like coming off his hand. And you just, so Raphael, you just see this big blue hand reaching through and trying to grab the edge of the door.
Ah! Get me out! Get me out! Get me out!
Okay, this is where I need to figure out how one of my abilities works. I have these tools.
Okay.
But I have a knowledge cleric thing that lets me be proficient in things that I'm not usually.
Ooh la.
Like these tools.
So what you
Why I
can
bought
do
them.
is you can roll a sleight of hand check and add your proficiency modifier to it. So it's going to be your sleight of hand plus dexterity plus your proficiency modifier in an attempt to unlock Raphael's cage.
Okay.
Can I aid?
You absolutely can.
Because I am proficient in thieves' tools.
All right. So I will let you roll with advantage as Raphael's like, no, just like turn a little bit and then.
Oh, I've been looking at this lock for a long time. It's one of these kind of locks, you know?
I like it. Okay. It doesn't want.
So just roll a
let me add
d20.
My proficiency
So-
bonus.
So just roll a d20 and add your dex bonus and your proficiency modifier.
Dex plus 2.
Yeah.
Commence elevator music. Dun, dun,
15.
dun, dun.
So
wait, did I get advantage?
yes,
Ooh.
because Raphael is aiding you.
15.
Still 15, yes. However, this wasn't a particularly difficult lock. It was just arcane locked, but Tur's disturbance and her blast before she left disrupted it. So 15 is enough to unlock the cage.
Cool.
Sweet.
As soon as you do, Raphael runs you over to try and get out. That's what he's going to be doing.
Just
Sounds good.
straight on out. Raphael, the cabinet here is the cabinet I was talking about.
Okay, cool. On my turn, I will do all the things.
All right, so that was Petra. Action. Bonus action or movement from you, Petra.
And then I will move over to be closer to the other dwarf-like creatures. I know I can't deal
Yep.
with their cage this turn, but
That's
I'll get
fine.
over there.
Maladrak.
Maladrak is going to, seeing that Raphael's cage has been opened, he's going to move around and see if he can start opening the cage of one of the others.
Okay.
I am not proficient in thieves' tools.
So
So
what?
I'm going to try and bash it open with my battle axe.
There we go. Strength check, please.
Not saving throw. There we go.
Get it.
We're gonna work on getting soundtrack stuff picked for us so we can have battle music going.
Sorry, my D&D Beyond is acting up, so I'm just going to straight roll it on
Yeah.
roll 20.
There we go. Ooh, not quite,
14.
not quite enough. You bash and the lock like goes tunk and bends a little bit, but it's still stuck in place. And the creatures they're like holding the cage and looking at you, and like one of them they're, even though they're small, it looks like she's actually taken these gilded cages and knit like macrame around them to the point where you can't reach through. So it's like you get like a finger through, but it's very decorative. It's like a solid steel doily that's been wrapped around a gilded cage. Very decorative, very pretty,
Awesome.
but very, very solid. Yeah. Sadly, it's
at that point, I'm just gonna turn around and hold my ground in case she comes back up the stairs with something.
All right, Raphael, your turn.
Raphael is going to immediately, doesn't say thank you, he just, runs you over and it's just his wings kind of flitter as he just, shoves past you toward this cabinet to get his stuff. He's going to try and just open the cabinet and get as much of his things as he can.
Your stuff and a bunch of other random adventuring gear is just stuffed in. The cabinet, actually, when you open it up, it goes back like a good 10 feet. It's almost like a small extra room. It's very high and very wide, and there's like a row of shelves along one side, but your shit's just thrown on the floor inside.
Okay.
So you're able to do it, and you can use your action to get dressed and grab bonus action. So basically this round, getting dressed.
Okay.
And Nana Joli. So you hear a rattle and clatter of bone against stone as several skeletons come surging up from downstairs. Perhaps not the best plan against a bunch of clerics and a paladin, but it's what she had on hand.
We're like, oh, I'm dead. Okay.
It's what she had prepared. You can see that these skeletons are, or were once, all weird tigers or jaguar men. They have like chunks of fur and some claws at the end of their hands, the large canines, and it's weird that felines have canines, but anyway, so the big sharp pointy teeth and all that kind of stuff coming up through them. They appear to only have these natural weapons, but still look fairly dangerous. And that's all they get to do is they came up the stairs. Dagr, for his part, he goes, hey, I can't really see what's going on. Okay, you know what, guys? I'm going to have to start wrecking some shit if you don't calm down in there. This is your last warning. I'm really disappointed now. This is not cool. Okay? Look, you belong to me. Don't cause shit. I'm going to break somebody.
I have a feeling we don't want the Frost Giant in this fight.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I mean, he's taken some damage, but
Oh,
still,
he was
yeah.
badly beat up. He had lost like 2/3 of his health during the last fight.
But then he got some healing potions, so...
Yeah, you guys were so kind to him.
Yeah, kind.
That's what we
opposed to
get.
Incredibly intimidated.
No good deed goes unpunished.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right. So, Petra.
Yeah, so Petra is... Okay, I have a question about the guy in the cage.
Mm-hmm.
You said, like, his hair was being used to make
So
the tapestry?
both of these small creatures have their hair pulled up through a hole in the top of the cage, and it's threaded through a bunch of iron rings across the ceiling and pulled down to feed the tapestry. So even if
Okay.
you unlock the cages, you're going to have to cut their hair loose to get them out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. So I'm going to take my little small knife that I've got and... Well, actually, first I'm going to ask them if they would be okay with me cutting their hair.
You say that, and they're just like looking at you, and they're like quiet. It's still very silent from their cages. Even though they're shaking or rattling, they're still not making any noise.
Okay. I'm going to take that as a go-ahead then, because they clearly don't like where they're at.
Okay, so as you grab the knife and point, keep in mind they're hanging from the ceiling, which is 20 feet high, and they're hanging 5 feet down, and then the cage itself is 5 feet, so they are 10 feet off the floor.
Okay.
So you pointing at a knife and pointing at them, they're like...
No. Okay. Thank you. This is what I needed to try to figure out.
Yeah.
Debbie?
Okay. Then that is not what I will be doing this turn. What I will do is I will cast I will cast guidance on myself. For I don't know, dexterity checks. Yeah, we'll do that.
Alrighty.
I'll hang out kind of where I am still, not quite sure how to get these guys out of their cages.
Okie dokie. Maladrak.
I'm going to bash this skeleton that's running at me.
Yeah, do it.
For an 18 to hit.
That is a hit.
Yes.
Oops.
And what are you using to attack?
It's my +1 battle axe
Okie dokie.
Nice.
for 14 damage.
Blasting this skeleton in half, just slicing right through it. As you step, you're kind of standing a bit on the loom, but like you don't really care. So you just step on the fabric and it's all curled up. It's mostly off the loom. The darker green portion here is where the loom is active. The stuff that you're standing on is just laid out on the floor. You blast that one right in half, no troubles. Anything else?
Sweet. That is it.
Raphael, you are dressed and armored. Or armored and armed.
He's gonna like have his chainmail on. You see he's got a mace that's made of like large coins and like spiky looking D6s. Everything on him seems to be like coin themed. Very strange. You see a symbol of Tamora on his chest, the goddess of luck. He goes, "Oh, feels so much better. All right, let's go." And he just like flutters forward, sees the arm of the giant come through. He goes, "Need to put a stop to that." And he is going to cast Spiritual Weapon as he summons a spectral spinning coin.
All right. And, oops, that's not it. I made the wrong shape. It's Alt for drawing. There we go.
Whoa. Seems this is a draw.
There we go. There's a coin.
Coin.
There's your spiritual weapon.
Fantastic. Thank you. I'm just going to attack the frost giant with it.
All right. Go ahead and roll an attack.
It is rolled. 24.
Oh, it's beautiful.
That is, I believe, a hit against Dagr.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a hit against Dagr. And damage was 9 points. Okay. Dagr, did I have your hit points? I did. There we go. All right. Anything else from you?
I would like to. That's my bonus action. Gonna move here to the nearest. Can I get the skeleton through there, or do I?
Yeah, you can get him from the corner.
Okay, gonna use my mace to
Go for it.
bash him on the head. Nice. Oh,
That is a hit.
and
4 points of damage. You break off a chunk of its collarbone and lower jaw. Oh, we're getting a little echo right now. Is Petra, did you switch to loud audio again?
I don't think so, but let me double check.
Okay, so while you're doing that, it's Nana Jolie's turn. Doing stuff y'all can't see, but the people watching can.
DM's favorite thing to do.
I think things are fine on my end.
Okie dokie. And perception checks from everybody, please.
Oh boy. Ugh, not great. 10.
All right. Petra, you
21.
hear the sounds of chanting from below your feet. It's a sort of a ritual spell. You recognize the language. You're not sure what's going on, but there's some spell casting happening.
Okay.
What's wrong?
Am I allowed to say if it's not my
Yeah,
turn?
you got a couple of seconds within combat.
Okay. Sort of. There's a spell cast downstairs. Someone's casting a spell.
Oh boy.
Alrighty. So, that takes us from Nana's turn, and we're at Dagr. Dagr's like, okay, no, for real. Okay, somebody's attacking me. That's it. Freaking adventurers. I'm always having to get new ones. Okay. And he steps back and disappears. And immediately you hear thump on the ceiling, followed by another thump on the ceiling. And a fist breaks through the the thatch on the ceiling, and you see the whole roof gets peeled back from right above you as Dagr rips a hole in the ceiling and sticks his face down to look down, and he goes, "I'm really disappointed. That's it. It's time for punishment. You guys didn't pay attention." And that's his turn. Petra.
Okay. I have a question about this staircase.
Mm-hmm. It goes down.
Yes. Is there room for me to try to get past these guys, or are they pretty much taking up the whole staircase?
You can push past enemy combatants at half speed, but they get attacks of opportunity when you try to.
Yeah. No, just checking.
It's like the narrow stairs at Grandma's house at it's like they're way too steep and way too narrow, and how do you not die every time you walk on them? That's...
Yep. No railing. Throw your luggage down before you go, because otherwise it might bump the wall and bump you off. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Petra's gonna use her little hand crossbow and shoot this front one. She can see him. She'll move if she can't.
Okie dokie.
Get a good bead on him.
I'm going to take these two guys off the screen for the moment just because they're eating up space.
Sure.
And give you a little clearer view.
That's a 10 to hit.
That is a miss. Between the partial coverage and just being a skeleton, it goes through his ribs and out the other side. Maladrak.
I'm torn here. I'm gonna run up and try to finish off this guy in the front.
Okay.
Ooh, a natural 1.
Yeah. So, as you run across the loom, your feet get tangled in this thick yarn and fabric, and you swing as you're swinging your axe down over your head. I need you to give me a dexterity save.
I'm so good at those.
Yeah.
So good. Oh my god.
Wow.
Fuck.
Wow.
It feels a little bit. You're reminded for a moment of that horrifying incident in the ice cavern where you faced off against the white dragon as your feet stumble and trip between you, and you fall on top of the skeleton at the top,
Of course.
forcing it to make a strength check. So it takes 2 steps back, but catches you in its arms and has now got you grappled at the top of the stairs.
Oh boy.
Yep. That's the thing.
And the one behind it is essentially holding the two of you up.
Jeez.
I've got him. Go.
Raphael.
Okay.
I'll hold them off with my body.
Yeah, he sees that this paladin is having some trouble, and he's used to working with paladins, so he's like, I think I got something for him. I am going to cast Protection from Evil and Good
Woo.
on him
Nice.
as I kind of reach out and touch him in the arms of the skeleton. All right. So aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. They have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. You can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
Perfect.
That is excellent.
And then I'm
And that
going to use my bonus action to attack the giant again.
All right.
There he is, spiritual weapon. There you are. Boom.
So is the spiritual weapon going to come back into the room where you guys are, or go outside and attack him from outside?
I want to send it up to attack.
Up. So it's going to go up through the roof. Okay. And that is a hit. Like right in the beak.
Darn adventurers.
Yep. And Nana Joli continues chanting from below. And then Dagr, he's like, takes this attack. Was it a giant coin? Was that what you had? It? Yeah.
The giant spinning coin. Yes.
Giant spinning coin right in the face. He's like, okay, that's okay, enough of that. And he pushes even further into the room, and now is within reach and swings a fist at Raphael.
Okay.
So it's going to be an unarmed attack.
Bring it on, you big ice cube.
So it's going to be D20 plus 6. That is a 22.
Well, you definitely hit me.
Yeah. So that is going to be... Wow. 7 points of damage. The,
is that all you got?
the least amount he can do.
Alrighty. Fun times.
And then as a bonus action... Oh yeah, he gets 2 attacks. There we go. So second attack, same thing.
Second verse, same as the first.
Mm-hmm. That's a 23.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Fuck.
Oh, is that all you got?
No, I got one more. He swings the other fist down.
That's slightly more than the last.
And that one does 8 points of damage.
Ow.
Yup. All right, Petra, you are up.
Okay, Petra is going to move over to in front of the staircase,
Mm-hmm.
and Can I kind of see down the stairs a little bit?
It is stacked with skeletons. There are 4 more even deeper down.
Beautiful. So,
All these
like,
skinned
the stairs
weird
go
tigers.
down and probably wind around.
They if you can look on the map here, they just go straight on down, and they continue underground for a little while. It's fairly deep.
It's pretty deep, though.
30 feet of stairs. 40 feet of stairs from where you're standing.
I have something I want to do. Don't. Okay. Can I try to push the one that's holding Maladrak and like try to push them further down?
Yes,
the
a
stairs?
shove is a legitimate attack.
Do it. Do it.
Do a shove attack, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, use a melee attack action.
What sort of attack is that?
It's just an unarmed attack action. So shove a creature to knock it prone or push it away from you, in this case down the stairs. So instead of making an attack roll, you make a strength athletics.
Okay.
Or, strength athletics.
Okay.
Contested by them doing dex or strength, whichever is better. So go for it. Roll me a strength. You got a 7. They got a 5. So, Dix, give me actually a dex save to try and keep yourself from going down with the skeleton.
Oh, again, I'm so good at that. A
Yeah,
10?
you managed to like palms out against the wall, like you're like leaning forward, tiptoes and like face down.
I got this!
Meanwhile, the skeleton goes down, collides into the next one. It has to
Hopefully
make.
it'll take a few. We'll see.
Yeah. So it goes just down. So there's now a pile of 3 of them down from Maladrak. So that took the next one with it, and then the 2 of them stopped. Got
Okay.
stopped by the third one because there is a stack of these guys now.
Yeah.
But so that was your attack.
That was my attack. As my bonus action, can I, like, not throw, because that would be another action, right? Would, like, bring out that sleep grenade that we picked up off those bad guys and be like, anybody decent at throwing? 'Cause I am not.
Yeah. You take it out and offer it. It's available for anyone that is within reach of you to grab. Maladrak, you're up.
All right. I'm going to get out of the staircase.
Excellent idea.
Oh, God, but where do I want to go? Shit. I think I'm just going to move over, and I'm going to jump up as I jump away from the staircase and take a swing at Dagr.
Okay. Dagr looks at you in shock. He goes,
20, not natural.
That is still a big honking hit right in the face. He's like, curse your inevitable betrayal, you shitty bird.
Just realized only birds are hitting him right now.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm gonna roast you like a chicken.
You shouldn't have kept one of us in a cage. And I'm going to end my turn.
All right, Raphael.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Dagr's now got like a couple of deep cuts on his face, and he's actually looking like badly beat up. You didn't see the earlier combat, but he didn't have a chance to do a lot of healing between the first one and this one. So he's actually in bad shape.
All right. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to see that my strange Earth Ganassi friend seems to have the skeletons handled. And he's going to look up at the giant. Goes, "Oh wait, that's it. You're going down." And he is going to cast Guiding Bolt as another like purplish piece of energy comes from one of his real quick moving wings.
All right.
Oh Jeez.
Ooh.
I'm
Ooh.
so terrible with that.
He just ducks his head down and takes it on the helmet.
Plink.
Yeah.
And he will attack with his spiritual weapon, which he's having much more success with.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Lucky
is.
coin.
9 more force damage. Oh, jeez. Dagr better do something. All right. Is that it for you, Raphael?
He's going to move outside. Well, he's going to try and move outside the range of this giant so that the paladin can take the brunt.
All righty.
Back a little bit.
All right. As you leave his range, he swings his hand down just as a backhanded slap, trying to clip you one more time. I'm just gonna roll that.
Oh
Ooh.
my gosh!
Critical hit. He did not use his great axe, so I have to reroll the damage, which is probably for the best. But yes, that's going to be 2d10.
Holy shit.
Ooh.
So that's 17 points of damage.
Minimum and maximum.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
wow. That could have been so much worse though,
Yeah, I could have.
if he had been using his axe.
He goes unconscious.
Oh, so just punted across the room, slapped up against the far wall.
Oh shit.
Raphael is currently out cold. From below, you hear cackling, and Nana Jolie's voice goes, "All right, that's it. Go get them, you dirty little fuckers." And now it is Dagr's turn, and he's like, that's right. I'm gonna beat you like I beat that other bird. And he slaps his big meaty hand across the room, swinging at Maladrak.
Uh-huh.
That is a 22.
That hits.
It's gonna be D10 plus 6, 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And then as he pins you against the wall, he just like brings a hand back and does like another slap. 21.
Yep. Yeah, that
Yeah.
hits.
And another 12 points of damage.
Maladrak is down.
Uh-oh.
Boom.
Guys,
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to get to use that sleep bomb, am I?
Doesn't look like it.
It's in your hand, and Dagr's face is right there.
I know, but it's going to make me fall asleep then. Oh, it's my turn too.
Yeah, it is your turn, Petra.
It
Yeah.
is.
Oh, shit.
Decisions.
Yup.
The great thing is, healing word is a bonus action.
Oh, thank you.
You can wake them both up. Healing word on one and a cure on the other, and they're both awake again.
Yeah. Yep.
Or attacks, or
Yeah.
Sleep
turning.
bomb.
Turning is a thing that clerics do. There's lots of options.
Oh no, I already used that today
Oh,
on
you-
the ghouls.
Is it just once to the?
Different day. That was yesterday. The
Are you
ghoul
sure
fight
that
was
was
the
a
day
different day?
before.
Yeah, the ghoul fight was a couple days ago. Because you guys traveled through the jungle.
Yeah.
Look at that. I have a thing I thought I didn't.
Yeah, isn't that nice when that happens? I love
It
it.
is.
And
I
all,
just had it marked off from last session.
Yeah.
So,
and all your planeswalker stuff too.
right. Right you are.
Mhm.
Right you are, Ken. Alright. Okay. So I'm going to use Healing Word on Maladrak. And 20, will be at second level.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2d4 plus 3.
I'm wiggling because I'm excited. 9 points.
9 for you, Maladrak.
I'll take it.
Still leaning up against the wall, just like, oh, that was.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna
just like
move.
groaning.
Yeah, and I'm gonna move over to Raphael, and what I? Okay, hold on. I used a spell,
Mm-hmm.
so I can't use a spell now.
I believe you can only cast once per round unless you have that feat.
Or if it's a
I can
cantrip.
do a cantrip.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna stabilize you then, Raphael,
Thank you.
and I'll use Spare the Dying.
There we go.
That is helpful.
And that will be my turn.
All right. So Raphael is stabilized. Maladrak is awake, and it's his turn.
All right.
Ooh, Raphael, you're unconscious. Bye-bye spiritual weapon.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
it's not concentration.
Oh, it's not concentration? My bad. It's the protection from elementals, protection from good and evil that was
Yeah,
on
that is-
Maladrak.
I am going to, let's see, where is that? I am going to use my Channel Divinity Turn the Tide.
Nice.
So each creature of my choice within 30 feet is going to regain 1d6 plus 3 HP as long as they are under half their max.
There we go. That's
Sweet.
everybody.
Ooh, it's questionable for me.
No, that's you are included. I'm seeing the numbers and I'm including you.
Okay, sounds good.
Sweet.
Oh, fucking minimum. Everybody gets 4 HP.
4 is
Goddamn.
better than not.
And then I'm going to look up at him, and I'm just going to grit my teeth, and I'm going to take another swing at Dagr.
Go for it.
I'm going to try and jump up and hit him square in the eyeball if it's possible.
Go for it. Yeah, it
Another
is.
20.
Yeah.
So 7 damage.
Get him.
You actually clip not just his eyeball, but like you shave a chunk of his cheek off, and like it's just
Nice.
it's like starts bleeding profusely, and he's blinking the one. He's like, "Oh, okay, that really hurt. That's not cool at all. That's it. I'm breaking your neck." And that's it for you, huh?
Yep, that's my action and bonus action.
Raphael, welcome back.
Okay. What the heck is he gonna do? He really wants you to have that protection from evil and good. So I think I'm going to. I'm gonna move up. I'm going to cast. One more time. We're gonna try Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
Third time's the charm.
Oh, that's
And
better.
I believe that is just past his hit point or his armor class.
Nice.
That. Ouch.
All right. So 18 radiant damage.
You actually
and-
see him stagger and have to like put one hand on the roof and like lean into it. He's like he looks a little dazed, and now his face is glowing from this guiding bolt.
Okay. I am then going to use my bonus action to my spirit with advantage.
That is a hit.
Fantastic. 5 more force damage. Knock me out, will you? Okay, I see how it's.
All right, and that is it for Raphael. From under the floor, a pool of water starts puddling up.
Uh-oh.
From under the floor in the adjacent room, and at the end of this turn, there's a long serpentine, watery head, has snake-like and a little bit dragony over it, like an eastern dragon type. With the little mustache hanging down from it, has pushed its way up through the slat floor, and there is now a water elemental or water weird that has joined the fight.
Yep.
And that was Nana's turn, and now is Dagr's turn. And Dagr's like, okay, now it's for real. Absolutely, definitely gonna kill you this time. And he reaches his hand back and like grabs a chunk of the roof and pulls it down on top of both of you. You're gonna use his rock ranged weapon attack. You guys can. So
That does not hit.
the roof above just like collapses in, and rocks come raining down as he like just bashes a chunk of the roof down at you. 12. That's a miss for both of you. He's like, really, freaking bird, man, and then he's just going to make a open-handed slap against Maladrak, who is closer. That is a 12.
Shit. A 12 to hit?
Yep.
That does not hit.
He misses. And you can see the blood streaming down across that one chunk of his face is obscuring his vision in like both sides. He's like blinking, and you can see he's kind of rocking and like a little bit dazed, and he slaps the wall ahead of you, and you can see some of the rocks at the wall here collapse down onto the skeletons below, and you hear the cracking of bones as he's just doing collateral damage, swinging his arms back and forth. That is Dagr's turn. Petra.
Okay. Petra is thinking about two things. Excuse me. Does she think that whatever spell happening in the basement has finished, and that's what produced this elemental?
Absolutely.
All right. And second thing, and if I have to wait for another turn, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Petra, being, somewhat learned, is wondering if skeletons will react to inhaled things like sleep grenades.
They tend not to. They tend not to be concerned about any of that stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, I'd forgotten about them. Thank you for reminding me. I'd forgotten to take their action.
Yeah.
They're on the same turn as Nana Joli.
There you go. All right. Then I think we're not using the sleep grenade, but Petra will walk up closer to the edge of the staircase, and
You can see it is now packed with skeletons that have pushed up shoulder to shoulder in this cramped little space, clawing their way up the sides using their jaguar and tiger claws. They're climbing the walls up.
Totally normal.
And so Petra wants to get to a place where she's kind of blocking the
Yeah,
stairway.
head of the stairs. Yeah.
Yeah, and then channel divinity to make them go away from her.
Nice. Go ahead and roll your.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Do I roll for
Oh, I have
channel
to.
divinity?
No, sorry, that's my bad.
Yeah, it's a save.
I just need to look up the save real quick. I don't have it memorized.
I'm pretty sure it's wisdom.
Yep. So wisdom save, and what is your spell save DC?
That's something that I should. 13. It's 13.
6d20. 2 of them. The first and the last are not affected. The rest of them are moving away on their turn.
Awesome.
So I'm going to give them sad face icons here. They have been turned. No joy for you. That's what that means. No joy. There. They are all turned and will be running away on their turn. So that's Channel Divinity and your movement and bonus action.
I think no bonus action for this round. Petra's
Alrighty.
gonna be there ready with her shield, like blocking the stairway.
Maladrak.
Maladrak, so Dagr's obviously looking fucked up.
Yep.
You said he's leaning on the house. Is that still happening?
Yep.
Is it possible, like by taking a quick glance, would Maladrak be able to see a route that he could climb up to get up to his arm and climb up onto his shoulder?
Yeah. You can between the kind of log cabin styling of things. I'm gonna get you to give me an athletics check to use your movement to get up on his shoulder.
For a 19.
Yeah, you can.
I would like to climb up onto the same side that I hit him in the face.
Mm-hmm. Up on his blind side, okay.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna kind of come up around him and stand on his shoulder, and just try and take one solid whack right at where I cut his face off, and try and dig right into his eye.
All right, give me 1 second here. There we go. Right in his space. Go for it.
22 for 14 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Yes! I was hoping for that.
Climbing up, right up to his face, standing on his shoulder, looking him in that bloody eye, and grab it onto the top of his head. You just reach back with your axe.
And yeah, and I pretty much I do exactly that. I run up onto his shoulder, I stable myself with one hand against his face, and I just put all of my power into it and drive my battle axe straight into his eye.
Yeah, it sinks all the way through, making like a squish and a poof of exploding fluids as it drives all the way back in and like catches deep in his skull and just lodges there for a moment. And he just like turns the other eye to you and goes, "Not cool."
And as he starts to fall, I look him in the other eye and I say, "I'm the leader now." And I would like to jump off of him back onto the roof above the skeletons if it's possible.
Give me a acrobatics check.
An 8. So
as that happens, you like jump off his shoulder and make the grab for the roof. And as you grab that roof, that section too much collateral damage, and you just end up doing the one-handed wall slide back down into the room.
Cool. I'll take it. Oh, that's my turn.
Dagr is out. Raphael.
Hey, good job, buddy. Now let's get rid of that thing. And he turns to the water elemental. He's going to move his coin into it.
Mm-hmm.
Try and attack it.
Just water splashing everywhere as the coin flies in. That does not do it. It's just splattering chunks of water everywhere, but not really doing damage.
I'm going to use my lucky feat to roll it again.
All right, go for it.
Ooh.
And as that happens, the coin starts spinning faster and faster, and where you were seeing head, tail, suddenly it's all heads, and just a big splash of water up against a wall as a big chunk of this water weird is blown away.
Perfect. I love that. And then I'm going to cast protection from...
Nice. And who's that going on?
Me.
Okay.
And I'll move, I guess, toward it.
All right.
Here. Nana Joli, what are you up to down there?
Yeah. Well, if anybody's watching, they'll know. All right, that's it for Nana Joli. And the skeletons. One remains to attack, and it's going to be attacking Petra at the top of the stairs. It says short sword, but it's actually using its claws. And crit.
Damn.
Both claws rip into you, doing 9 points of piercing damage. The claws just dig in to the front, just above your armor, and get into that collarbone area and pull back.
Ew.
These ones, however, have to run away. Run away.
Bye.
Run away. Run away. If they had scared noises to make, they would make scared noises. And then the other one pushes up through his friend's space into yours and past you to attack. And that's another crit
Really?
from the skeletons.
Wow.
12 more points of damage, knocking. So as it comes out, leaps off the wall and just rakes its claws across the side of Petra's face. There's like a little fountain of blood from the side of her neck, and she wobbles and like eyes wide as she hits the ground.
Oh, Petra, they are not happy with you.
No, they are not.
Petra is unconscious and bleeding.
And surrounded.
Yeah. And that was her turn. So death save, please.
Okay.
It's a D20.
I was just gonna ask. I'm like, I only did this once before.
Ooh, that's one save.
Success.
All right.
One success. Maladrak, you see this happen as you're sliding down the wall after killing Dagr.
I run over to the one that took her out, and I'm going to bring my wrath upon him next.
All right. You left your battle axe in Dagr's face
Oh, did I?
because you jumped
All right.
off. Remember, you jumped off.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I'm gonna pull out my speed flail then.
Alrighty.
Speed flail. So like a short chain?
It's as he starts swinging it, there's like a little hum, and it starts. It's like speeding up on its own.
Well, that's weird for someone that didn't roll the attack. Well, that's weird. Okay, I'm just gonna type it in.
Alrighty.
Oh yeah, it's only doing damage.
If
Let's
only.
just do it in hits.
Funny.
It
I
hits.
automatically hit it.
Weirdest thing.
Is it +5?
All right. So 10. It pals
Yeah,
into
not hit.
that does hit. The skeletons do not have
Oh, it
great
does?
AC.
Awesome.
Nope.
They've not only been stripped of armor, they're stripped of skin for the most part. They're just bones. So
Fair.
that is how many points of damage then? 8?
Yeah, I mean I rolled it twice, so why not?
Yeah. So you make like the speed flow goes, and like you see like as it hits, like it doesn't just hit once. It hits a bunch of times. Each one of them like buzzing off chunks of bone that fly across the room.
Like a saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like one of those bushmasters. You just like hang on and chopping the weeds apart. Raphael.
Okay. What do I do? I am going to go ahead. I feel that I am not in a good spot right now. Okay. I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So the spiritual weapon uses my bow. Would it be okay if I actually use it?
Sorry, say again.
So the spiritual weapon uses my bonus action. Would it be okay if I sub my action to use it instead, so that I can bonus action healing word Petra?
I'll allow it.
Okay. And that is what I'm going to do.
Go for it.
All right, healing word on Petra. Heal for 5.
I'm up.
And then I'll hit the thingamabobber, the water snake dragon thing.
It's weird.
Yeah, with the spinning coin. Burn it
That
dead.
just doesn't hit. Just a miss.
It. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Dish flash.
And Nana Joli is effectively out of combat. Petra. Oh, but the skeletons. Skellington gets a turn. So, we're just going to move them to there. And the skeletons are, well, oh, hello, there's 1 and 2 people to attack. So they are going to attack those 2 people. 1 on Maladrak. 13.
Does not hit.
And 1 on Petra. 19. 6 points of damage. Unconscious again.
Real question. Do my death saves reset or keep going?
They reset.
They reset.
Okay. I'm like, I mean, it was a save, but I'm just wondering.
Yeah. No, that's a fair question because now you have to roll another one.
Yeah.
Ooh, that one's a fail.
4. Yep.
It's 1 failure. And Maladrak.
Maladrak is going to try and finish off this guy in front of him. For a 12 to hit.
That is a
10
hit.
bludgeoning damage.
Oh, yeah. Blows it apart.
Sweet.
Boom. Paladin for the win.
And anything else from you?
And then I would, I guess, just move over here and get in this other guy's face.
All right. Raphael, you're up, sir.
All right, let's try this one more time. He's going to. He only has 1 more spell left, and he's going to use it on the people that released him. So, cast Healing Word on Petra at 2nd level for 7. And utilize the spiritual weapon against the elemental. Ugh.
Not quite. All right. That was Petra. A Skellington. Skellington. Oh, you're awake again, and it attacks Petra. Single-minded. That's a 12.
Does not hit.
All right. No damage.
Oh, good.
The water weird slithers closer to Raphael and attempts to engulf him.
What?
That is a 21 to hit.
Oh.
Disadvantage.
I will
Yep.
roll that again. That is a 10 to hit.
Yes.
Nice.
Does not hit.
Yeah, so it like splashes around you and starts engulfing, and you're like, no, 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 and the coin swoops in and splashes a bunch of it away. Petra.
It's me.
Petra, 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 Petra show. Petra, that's me.
Oh, my heart. I'm trying to look for if I still have a potion.
Potion of awesome.
I thought I did, but I don't see it, so I'm not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
maybe I gave it to someone else. I'm going to attack this skeleton.
Yeah, you are.
Now, can I use my mace to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Dun, dun.
That is a hit.
Yay!
Bonk.
It's
Yeah.
like smash right in the forehead, and it rocks back a little bit, and then bares its fangs and claws at you as it gets ready to attack. Any bonus action?
Yeah, I'm gonna heal myself.
All right.
My left.
While you're doing that, Maladrak, you're up.
I am going to try and get Petra some breathing room and try and take care of this guy.
Alrighty.
For a 24 to hit.
Oh yeah,
Thank you.
blows it apart.
Sweet.
And you hear the speed flail just like just rips through this thing.
Like a dirt bike.
Yep. It's like that little extra wrist fling is like it's like you see it spin around like 5-6 times as it blasts into it, and it just shatters the skeleton up against the wall.
Sweet.
That is Maladrak. Bonus action from you, or movement, or both.
I'm going to move. What happened with Dagr after he died?
He is
Is
like
he still inside the building?
he's folded over the outside wall, so his hips are on the outside, and his chest and upper body have fallen into the room.
I would like to walk over.
He's effectively a
Hey.
ramp.
I would like to go over and stick one foot on his face and pull my battle axe out.
There you go.
And then I would continue to move into the other room. And that's my turn.
All right, Raphael.
All right.
Not only is the creature at disadvantage to attack you, but it's now flanked.
It is now flanked. All right. Well, I'm going to attack it with my spiritual weapon.
Oh, is that it? The 12 just misses.
Okay. And then I guess I can attack it with the advantage.
Yep.
Oh, I will do that then. I will an ace. Pew pew. Oh my gosh.
No, just splashing through it, not really doing anything.
Nopety, nope, nope.
But it gets to attack, and it is going to attempt to constrict you again, rolling with disadvantage. Type of roll. Disadvantage. That's not what I wanted to do. Do that. An 11.
11 does not hit.
That is all it can do. It only gets the one attack. But you're very wet now. Your feathers are just like plastered against you. That bald patch that she's got feels like kind of rashy. It's salty and burning. It's very unpleasant, but that's the extent of it. Petra.
Petra is going to sort of come over here and call to the two bird friends and say, like, do we want to fight this thing, or can we run? And start, like, looting Dagr's body.
All right, give me an
Running sounds
Love it.
give me an
I love it.
investigation check for the looting of Dagr.
Okay.
Give me a loot check.
Yeah. All right.
Roll for loot.
16.
From the top half of his body that you've got in there, he's got a bunch of like charms and jewels braided into his beard that you can use that little knife that you had very easily cut free.
Okay.
We'll go over what you got specifically in a little bit, but it's some
sure.
small gemstones and decorative adornments. right, that's it for Petra. Maladrak.
Having heard Petra call that out, he would like to take a second, and can he tell how the water weird's looking?
Shorter than it was.
Shorter. Cool. I'm gonna try and make it even shorter then.
Yeah.
This time with my battle axe, because I have it back. For an 8.
That is a miss.
So, not gonna hit.
You are flanking.
Oh yeah, you get
Ooh,
advantage.
threat. 25!
That'll hit.
For 7 damage.
Yeah. You swing through and it slices, and you can see where the axe goes. There's like a little glow of energy, and a splash of water cascades across the room, and it does actually get slightly smaller. Raphael.
I am all for leaving, but this thing is really trying to make me wet. So let's hit it.
Whoa.
That is a hit. The 12 is a hit.
Alright.
For 4 points of damage.
And spiritual weapon.
That's a big hit.
Awesome.
The coin just like starts spinning up and like blasts through and just splashes a bunch of water everywhere. And as it comes out the other side, the thing is like noticeably smaller. Almost half the size that it used to be.
We got him on the ropes.
And as that happens, it actually almost seems to be getting pulled from underneath, and it slowly starts like disappearing beneath the floor. And I'll say you have an opportunity attack each as it exits your area. So,
17.
Maladrak, battle axe cuts down into the floor, breaking a bunch of the floorboards and cutting into this thing. Using it one-handed or two?
1.
One-handed, okay. And then Raphael, the mace didn't quite make contact. So, at the end of the turn, it is gone, leaving nothing but a puddle on the floor. And you can see as it was going through, it was still snapping out at you, like angrily, like somebody's like yanking their dog away by the leash, and it's still yapping and snapping at you. And we are out of combat.
Okay.
What is this witch up to? And Maladrak's gonna move to the top of the stairs and look down.
It is dark down there. You can see from the lights that's in this room, you can see to the bottom of the staircase, but then it's just dark.
Listen, I'm real thankful to all you guys, but I really need to get out of here. I really gotta go. I gotta go. I'll see you later. Bye. And he just starts leaving. He's like,
Wait,
hobbling.
what? Where are you going?
Then I think we should go too.
I'm not going back in there.
Like,
So,
continues to loot.
As you're doing that with, I think I should go too, like the two cages from behind you like bang into each other and rattle. And like there's the two little fey creatures and they're like,
Yeah, I watch him like walk out, and then I head over to the cage and I start to hack at the one I already did.
so with a little bit of time and effort, you manage to bash open both of these things, and as you do, there's a little crackle of magical energy around them, and you hear right away the thick voices of the two Korred. Let's see if I can find this here. Show two players. That's not the right button. See if it'll work. I'll drag it out here. No. Okay. So I will describe them then. So picture a little dwarf with like goat feet and dreadlocks that are really, really long. And as you like free them from the cage, their hair, they're like, oh, that's beautiful. Look, they see the shears hanging on the wall above the loom. Cut as near to the fabric as you can, and so we can get our hair free. Just snip and. Use the gold shears. It'll turn it all to gold. You can keep it. It's all yours. Thank you for freeing us.
Molodrak follows their instructions. He grabs these shears and starts to cut.
So as you start cutting with these gold shears, there's 3 sets of shears on the wall: silver, gold, and a shimmery bluish steel-like metal. Starts cutting with the gold shears, and every thread that's cut from the hair to away from the cord turns to gold. And you can see this large, oversized, giant-sized, in fact, shirt slowly turn to gold as you cut through all the hair. And as soon as the hair is released, the dreads like snap back and curl around the little cord, forming almost like an armor around itself. Each one successively jumps down to the ground. As their hooves hit the ground, you can see like energy swell into them. Their chests expand. Their skin takes on a healthier tone. The muscles in their forearms become like these like steel cables, and they like flex and crack, and they're like, right, let's go find that old lady. And they jump and run down the stairs. One of them turns as the one runs back down the stairs, like his hair whips out, flings, grabs the guy, drags him back up the stairs, and they both disappear into the cabinet for a minute. And you hear them muttering to each other in a language that, unless, does anybody here understand Sylvan?
Me.
Okay.
Wait, I have to check. Hold on. Willow understands Sylvan. Let me double check if that's right.
Okay.
Hold on. Elvish?
Nope, it's actually Sylvan.
Okay.
Okay, so you just hear them muttering back and forth in this like guttural but somehow musical tongue, and then a moment later they come out with like some armor under their hair and some like small melee weapons and big grins on their faces, and they run down. They smile at you and they nod like, you did, and they switch back to like common. You did a great job. That's wonderful. Love you. You guys are great. Okay, bye. And then boom, down the stairs they go. And as they hit the top of the stairs, their hair like lashes out like tentacles, and they come like spidering down the thing with their weapons out in front, ready to fight. And
Love that.
they disappear.
I tried to turn to look at Malodrak and be like, that was wicked awesome. And then like beeline it over to that cabinet to see if there's anything else fun in there.
Molodrak's actually going to go down the stairs.
Okay.
I am going to try and loot the other half of Dagr's body.
Alrighty. So we'll go through things. We'll start with Malodrak, and then we'll work our way back. So Malodrak, you run down the stairs. You come out to here. It looks like there was like a small holding pen. You've now entered a cave area. There's a small holding pen. There like some chickens and stuff just like bucking around in here. It looks like they were torn to pieces by the skeletons though. It's like just dead chicken parts. There's like one that's hiding in a corner. The 2 Korred are racing across the room, going past what looks to be like a grist mill, where there were things that obviously like chains where you could be manacling people to the grist mill here. Is there
any light?
It is dark except for the slight glow that is surrounding both of these fey creatures. So as they're running past you and they head deeper into the thing, you see that there is a faint glow deeper in, but no other light.
Yeah, I do not have dark vision, so
okay.
I just I guess try and keep like tabs on the creatures.
Yeah. A moment later, you hear the sounds of gleeful combat. And a moment later, bones are basically thrown over their shoulders back past you, and just a bunch of dead skeletons are just littering the area. So they wipe those skeletons out very quickly.
Seeing that, I head back upstairs, and I look at Petra, and I say, they seem to be handling themselves fine, but I can't see a thing down there.
Well, then I won't be able to see anything either. Might as well find what we can in here and off of Dagr and hightail it out of here.
So, Petra, give me an investigation roll for in the cabinet. So, the room that you're in has the loom, a merrily glowing fireplace, the 2 or 3 cages hanging from the ceiling. The cabinet itself, it's like a walk-in closet. One side has got like a row of drawers and shelves and hanging things, and then the other side is just like a pile of stuff. So as you start digging through it, you find it looks like a shirt made out of like woven hair, but it's that shiny blue metal, and it's like roughly human-sized. You also find 3 swords, 2 hand axes, and some crossbow bolts. The crossbow that is in the bottom looks like it was snapped in half.
Well, I'll take both, whether they fit my weapon or Tur's, and that vest as well.
2 hand axes. And then as you go through the other side, you find, start pawing through the drawers, there's like weird, it's like spell components and linens and just sheets and like sheets and sheets of gold like thread that has been like tapestry stuff that's just been folded and tucked into drawers. And that's about it for there. But there's, I mean, it's like heavy gold fabric.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's spell components, I might just like into my bag with a few of them.
All right.
Not looking too close, just yep.
All right. So, and then we're going to move over to Raphael. Raphael, give me an investigation check, please.
All right.
All right. So you get to the back half of Dagr. And as happens when creatures die, there's a little bit of a release of bowels and whatnot. It's not a great situation, but luckily he did have a large fur pouch hanging from one hip, so you can mostly avoid the nasty and just pull that large pouch off of his hip. And as you pull it loose, it like falls to the ground, really, really heavy. Inside are several like head-sized stones. They're like polished up and like good for throwing if you're a giant. Also about 300 gold pieces.
Ooh, okay.
And an assortment of like 5 or 6 daggers, let's say 5 daggers of assorted metals, and a small handful of jewels. 5 agates.
5 agates, 5 peppers. Got it. All right. After rummaging through there, he doesn't want to stick around that end. So he's going to make his way back over here and possibly catch Maladrak saying that the creatures have it handled down there. Oh, am I hearing no danger?
For now.
Well, that sounds pretty good.
What are you doing here?
Oh, me? Oh, yeah, I was, well, funny you should ask that. My name's Raphael. I was here with an expedition and that lady that's downstairs. So, actually, if the other guys got it covered, we could probably go down there. I'd be happy going down there as long as I feel like, safe. I'm not feeling too good right now.
And her why? What was she doing to you?
Oh, well, see, I mean, I got my own motive. She was kind of wrecking my market. I deal in, different things, but tapestries is definitely one of the things that I deal in. And Yeah, she was flooding the market with these gold and silver things that were all fancy and full of stuff. So we kind of had to stop her. But then, some other folks, some local environmentalists, they were saying that she was capturing creatures that were fey. I guess that's those guys. And, she was abusing them, obviously. I mean, we had to stop. So I came with some tigers and some were-tigers, came to get it done.
So you showed up with the lot that were outside.
Wait, why are you looking at me like that? Yeah.
Interesting. I'm just curious. We have no idea what the hell's going on here. I'm just trying to make sure that we're not going to regret letting you out of there.
Oh, you'll never regret having me around. I'm very lucky.
Well, definitely lucky that we came along.
Certainly. My goddess Tamora must have sent you.
Well, if you were here to end her, may as well see your job finished.
Oh yeah, especially if I'm not worried about being dead.
And Maladrak's gonna turn around and head back downstairs as he pulls a torch out of his backpack and lights it.
Alrighty.
Oh, okay. Petra will comment to Raphael that I don't know much about that lady downstairs, but I really appreciate your help with this giant outside.
Oh yeah, he seemed to think you were friends of his. Was there some confusion?
Oh no, he seemed to think that he owned us.
Oh. Yeah,
So,
familiar with that.
So as you're talking and proceed downstairs, you find yourself in like a soggy, like moist and molded and mildewed cavern. Solid rock on the outside, a little bit of seepage, but it is all trending back towards the back end of the cavern. Like I said, there was a small pen here where there were some living chickens. Some of them are dead. There's a couple in the back that are living. There's a grist mill that has chains on it where it looks like people could have been bound to. And now there's just a scattering of skeletons. As you move past this room, Petra, as you come down into it, one of the swords you're carrying starts to glow softly.
ooh. I'll take that out.
So as you sort of rummage around in the sword that you're carrying, the one sword just starts giving off a soft bluish glow that spreads out about the same as torchlight, but not quite as orange. So about 15 feet of light around you from this sword.
I like it.
All right. Let's
I'm
go.
definitely going to stay behind you.
Okay.
As he hobbles.
So anything else happening in this section of the underground chamber?
Maladrak's gonna walk forward and take a peek in this cavern area, and as he walks forward, he's gonna rub his chest as he's gonna put 5 points of lay on hands into himself.
Cool. The next section here has a couple of cots just on the floor, and the fabric on them is a little moldy and mildewy. There's currently no creatures there, but the room does stink a lot to the point where it's almost like gagging nauseous.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Go ahead and say Raphael throws up at the sight of all the slaughtered chickens, just
Yeah.
because, kind of can.
Yeah, Petra and Maladrak, both of you can actually give me religion or arcana rolls, whichever is better for you.
Just
Mine are
her?
the same, so I'm going religion. Oh, I do not have advantage. So 15.
All right, that's good enough. So you recognize the scent. I'll just see if Petra does.
Dun. So you said religion or arcana?
Yeah.
Religion it is.
Yeah. So the both of you recognize the scent. This is Gast. It is an offshoot of ghouls that have essentially started to rot to the point where they give off a noxious fume, which can like cause people to just start puking. They're not here, but you've smelled that smell before. It is a type of powerful undead creature.
I don't have a good track record.
Recognizing the smell, I'm going to assume that there's not going to be much value in that area, so Maladrak's going to start to move forward into the next room.
All right. As you enter the next room, you see, and the light shines down, there is a ritual circle carved into the floor. It's got some runes on it. The circle itself is like poured copper, so it's set right into the floor. And this isn't something that I think either of you have seen before. It would be an Arcana check from somebody who's proficient in it to understand what it would be.
Yep. I'll do that. I'm proficient.
I am also proficient.
I am not.
All right.
17?
Yeah. This is a teleportation circle, a permanent teleportation circle. So it would be an anchor point for someone to return here.
Okay. Creepy. Okay.
And on the far side of the room, there's yet another set of stairs going down.
Not really knowing what this thing is on the floor, Maladrak's going to kind of skirt around it as he tries to move over to the stairs.
Yeah. Petra will tell the others what it is.
What do you say?
I say, this is a teleportation circle. It means that people can disappear from or appear here. So I don't know.
Disappear from? Like, as in, we can use this to go somewhere else?
Not easily. I don't know how to use them. Some people know how to use them.
You mean she got away?
Could this get us back home?
I mean, if someone knows how to use it,
It would.
easy,
It
but I don't
only.
know if it just goes one particular spot.
So what you know about teleportation circles is they are part of a ritual spell that allows you to teleport from essentially one circle to another known circle
Okay.
on the same plane of existence.
Okay.
So it wouldn't be able to get you back to the plane that you came from. But if you knew of another circle on this area, or you encounter one in the future, you could come back to here should you memorize this circle.
Can I make a sketch of it in my book?
Absolutely. Yep. So you can note that you've got the cabin in the woods as a teleportation circle.
God.
Speaking of where you're from, what are you guys doing here exactly?
Surviving right now.
And Maladrak shakes his head in agreement. We're not here by choice.
I guess that answers that question.
All right.
And Maladrak's going to continue towards the staircase.
All right. So you hit this final staircase and you go down and you hear the sounds of gently lapping water, and you can see that there is the cave opens up into what looks to be an underground river, and there are two mooring points, one of which is now empty, and then there's a small canoe sort of dragged up on the beach in the area, but there's another one that was obviously dragged into the water just a little while ago from how dry the sand is.
And we don't see the two fey creatures?
Nope.
Do we see any footprints?
Yes, there are little hoof prints, and Nana Joli's. Actually, as you get down there and you see on the soft soil, there's these little hoof prints that are surprisingly deep, and then also some really large snaggletooth, like claw-toed humanoid footprints that led towards where one of the boats was and dragged off and followed it into the water. The hoof prints just go straight into the water.
Huh.
I don't like it.
Oh, look, a boat.
Well, are we taking it, or are we trying to figure out something else? Are we chasing these things?
I think
I
we
like
need
it
to
better
find
when we know
somewhere
where they
to
were.
rest. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go.
Petra is going to put forward that, like, she really needs to rest, but doesn't know if she wants to do it here.
Yeah, I don't know if you're the only one.
I liked it better when we knew where she was. Now it's kind of just a wild goose chase. Not too big a fan of this.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. Who knows where the hell this river goes?
And as you say that, you see in the stone right next to the edge of the beach here, a pair of eyes open on the stone, and a little mouth opens up, and in the old lady's voice you hear, "I know who you are now, and I'll swallow your soul!" And we're going to put a pin in it there.
God damn it!
So hopefully Tur is going to be able to join us next time as we will continue. I was hoping to drop the catchphrase earlier in the game, and I forgot about it because things were so exciting with Dagr. But yeah, so that was our Cabin in the Woods episode, and we will continue along with Nana Joli and her evil dead. Next time, we'll see where you guys go. Raphael, thank you so much for joining the team today. Hope you had a good time and that you'll come back. We really, really like having you.
Thank you for having me.
Anybody else? Any sign-offs or promos or anything that you need to talk about?
Nope. You can check me out tomorrow on the Swordcast Adventures Plays Waterdeep Dragon Heist on our Twitch channel, Twitch/Swordcast Adventures. I am also going to be doing an Extra Life charity stream on November 8th. It's going to be a 12-hour stream where we play through the Lost Laboratories of Qualish. So tune in and check it out.
And I will be hosting that on this channel to support you guys because it's the best I can do. All right. Well, thank you, anyone who's watching us, and thank you guys for playing with me because this is always a blast. So I'm going to press the big button and we're going to sign off. Thank you, world. Boom. Are you sure you want to stop the stream? Yes.
Good night.